Hello everyone, it is Thursday, May 26, 2022. Of course, yesterday was New Comic Book Day, which means right now it's time for the new comic book video. I haven't done a video, I didn't do a video last week, so this week's video is going to have a little bit of something for everybody. New comic book pickups, a couple of vintage that I picked up, I got some graded books in that I think people are really going to like, and then a CGC rant, which of course, if you didn't know anything, they announced there are some things that they're changing, which is not good on the things that they're changing. So let's jump right into the books and then we'll get into everything else. Again, it is a real full video here. So first up, we'll show some DC. This is DC versus Vampire Hunters. This is a one-shot. Number one, there's that. Robin, of course, becomes a vampire hunter. Deathstroke, number 8. I picked that one up. And then a Deathstroke number, well, here's another, there's a V cover for Deathstroke number 8, old, throwback from the first Deathstroke solo issue. And then number 9 right there. Batman Beyond the White Knight. There's a new appearance in there, a new character. Cover A. And a pretty cool looking cover B. That was it for DC. Marvel. Picked this one up. Of course, Daredevil fan here on this channel, as we all know. This is just kind of a cool looking cover, a little bondage cover right there. This, of course, is Devil's Reign Omega. And this is issue number, because I don't know it off the top of my head. This might just be a, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's the number 1. I'm so out of touch right now with everything going on. Devil's Reign Omega, really cool looking cover right there. Of course, big Daredevil fan here. Very cool looking cover right here. Moon Knight number 11. Just loved that cover the second I saw it. And again, like we said before, Moon Knight used to be able to see the statue right there, but as you can tell, the backdrop has changed a little. And then we have a, I don't know if this was the A cover, the B cover. I think that was the B cover. This was the A cover. There's that right there. Punisher number 3. Cool looking thing right there. This is a homage. This is, an origin apparently of the Punisher's first kill. So there's that there. If I got that right. Again, I'm so far behind on everything except for a couple of titles. A book that was selling really good. This is Spider-Man 2099 Exodus number 1. Is that there? Of course, this is first appearance of Winter Soldier 2099. Of course, it seems like every book these days has a first appearance in it. And then here's another cover of that right there. This is Hulk number 7. And then another cover of number 7. That was mainstream right there. Let's get some independence. Last book you'll ever read, number 8. This is the erotic cover. Elvira in Horrorland, number 1. A very nice Psycho homage. There was a couple of other covers of this that I was interested in, but they had some really, really bad spine damage, so I just didn't get them. So there's that there. But that's a cool Psycho homage right there. Love Psycho. Love Alfred Hitchcock. Really cool looking cover. Philadelphia number 22. This is the Noir, or the Nor, or however you want to pronounce it. There's different ways to pronounce it, and I always pronounce it wrong, so excuse me, but just a real cool cover right there. This was another one that was a cover purchase. This is Hell Cop number 7. Really nice looking virgin cover right there. So I definitely had to grab one of those. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 129, first appearance. This book right here. Ice Cream Man number 30. Little maze action right there. And then they always come up with a freaky cover. This was like an eyeball cover. Kind of cool right there. Of course, one of my favorite books right now, Something That's Killing the Children, number 23. Cover A. And the thing I'm not enjoying about it right now is they are also coming out with these different mask variants every issue. It's overkill, but I do like it, and I am putting a full run together. So I pick one up. This is the regular version. Bloody Mask version right there. Version right there. Can't even speak right now. Bloodstained Teeth, number 2. Enjoyed, number 1. We'll see all number 2 is. And then Rivers of London, number 1 from Titan Comics. Nice cover right there. And that's what we picked up for new books. I am not going to show last week's books because I picked up books last week, didn't do a video, but I'm not going to show them. We'll just move on to some of the vintage books I picked up. Picked up a few books, some Bronze Age books, nothing real spectacular, nothing real expensive. First one up, Incredible Hulk, 175, Black Bolt appearance there. These are all mid to lower grade. When I say that, it's usually in the 4 to 6.5 range. Hulk 184, getting a little bop on the head there. This is Hulk 137. Hulk 152. Hulk 143 with Dr. Doom appearance. Kind of disappointed. I bought this book. There was no notation on it, but it did have the centerfold was detached at the top staple. Had a couple little tears on it, but you know what? It's Dr. Doom, and I will always buy Dr. Doom. So there's that. Presents very, very well. A lot of the problems are interior. Then we have, this was kind of a classic Hulk looking Hulk. Can't even speak right now. Incredible Hulk 134. There's that. And the most expensive book of the day I picked up is a mid-grade 5.0. This is Amazing Spider-Man 112. Right there. There was that. Those were some vintage books I picked up. Very happy with that. And now, I did send some books in. A lot of people make comments when I show some of the graded books, and they talk about, you're so anti-grading. But like I've always stated in the videos, if you have Golden Age books, high-key books, and you want to keep them in the condition, by all means, get them graded and put away so they don't deteriorate anymore, or there's no chance for additional damage just by being raw. Not for a resale purpose, but just for the sake that you're trying to preserve the book, keep the book in the condition that it's in, because when you start talking about pre-code and really old books, they're going to deteriorate and they will damage very easily if you don't take care of them. So I did some of these books here. This is the only one that is not a Golden Age, but it's a really nice book. This is Tales to Astonish, number 93. Famous Hulk and Silver Surfer cover. Got that 7.0. I thought it would be a 7.0. It came back a 7.0. Like I said, if you don't, I had all the grading right here of the books I was going to get, and I put the grades that I thought. I thought that this was going to be a 7.0, and I knocked it exactly as a 7.0. So I was very happy with that one there. Next one up, Jungle Comics, number 71. I thought it was going to be a 4.5, and it came back a 3.5, a grade lower. They put down that it was slightly brittle, and so I thought it would come back a 4.5. They said it came back a 3.5. So there you go, folks. I don't always hit it on the head. I get very close, but CBCS is very different when it comes to brittle. Some will mark it down if it's slightly brittle. If it's heavily brittle, of course it is going to be down, but it is what it is. Still a very nice bondage cover Jungle Comics book, and that is from 1945. You're talking about a book that is older than all of us. So next one up, from 1947, Spirit number 8. I thought it would be a 3.0. Came back a 4.5. There's that right there. Of course, we talked about this, but I showed this book raw. Not the most politically correct cover there. But again, this is from 1947. Totally different time. I thought it would be a 3. It came back a 4.5. So Really good on that. I have to put the new plastics on it there. Next book up, Super Magician, number 5 from 1942. Very, very old book. And I thought this would be a 3.0. This one also came back a 4.5. Super Magician right there, 4.5. Great color on that. That yellow is really yellow. You can see, you know, it's got discoloring on the back, and, you know, you can kind of see the discoloring a little bit. But again, this book is from 1942, and we had talked about this book. You know, kid sees a magician, a lady in danger, a big snake, a tiger. Kid is going to be begging his mom to pick that up for them when they're at the store. So that was a really good selling point on that. So there was that there. Give me 1 second to get this back. And we got one more book to show, because there were 5 total. One more book to show. You know we love the pre-code books, especially EC. This is Crime Suspense Stories, number 24. And I thought this was going to be a 2.5. You can kind of see the notes right there on that. I thought it would be a 2.5, and it came back a 4.0. Great cover right there. Fantastic cover. Of course, this is from 1954. This is right before the Comics Code hit. This is September, of course. Comic Code's in November, I believe it was. But this is really, really nice. And it's got 4 stories in there. But that cover, someone's about to get hacked up right there. Classic cover. One of the main reasons the Comic Code came out is because of the covers and the things that were being depicted on the comic books by EC. So there was that. So there were the books that I picked up. And now what we were talking about, it's very interesting that you talk about this, like this here where it says the pages are slightly brittle on my books. So the thing that they did, CGC, as I fumble around with these here, just excuse me, CGC announced today, and there's already a million videos on YouTube about it, that they were going to start not putting certain things on their labels. Let's see if I have a CGC label in here. I don't know if I do or not. I might or I might not. Just give me 1 second, please. I apologize. We're going disappearing here. Yeah, they don't have anything on there. I don't have any that have anything on that. But what CGC announced today is that they were going to start not putting things on their labels, that you had to actually go to their website and take a look at the grader's notes to see the things that were wrong with the book. Now, some of the things weren't a big deal. You had, you know, a sticker on the cover, whatever. But some of the things, and I'm not going to get into all of them, but some of the things are really big and is going to hurt the industry, because you have a lot of unscrupulous sellers out there. Get a lot of people that aren't really honest with things. And CGC just gave them a wide range of things that they can hide. Some of the things they are not going to put in there. If they had staples added after publication, meaning that if it popped off a cover, people are doing a little extra staples on there, they're not going to state that on the cover, on their labels anymore. You got to go to the website. If the centerfold is detached, if the cover is detached, if the spine split goes all the way down the edge of the book, all things that really, really hinder the price of the book, those are not going to be listed on the label. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be going to shows, picking up this book. And a good example of that is where the book, you know, this book here says slightly brittle. You can see that right there. Apparently that is not going to be on the books anymore. So a person's going to be buying books, and then they're going to take it home, or let's say they look at it and like, you know, it's a really nice looking book for a 3.0, a 4.0. I think I can get that book, I can crack it open, and I can get it repressed and send it back in and get a bump in the grade. A lot of people do that when they look at a book in the grading slabs, because they think that they can make money when you're talking about certain types of books, certain levels of books. Even a 1 grade bump could mean significant money. Well, now it's not going to say detached cover, spine split down the middle, missing coupons isn't going to be put in there anymore. Just things that you really, really need, especially when you start talking about books like Hulk 181, where the coupons are really big, or maybe the tattoos from the first appearance of Carnage. The tattoos are really big on the back of that book, inside that book, and now that stuff's not going to be on there. So people are going to be buying these books thinking that they're complete. There is nothing wrong with them. They're going to take them home if they get them unslabbed or whatever, and the cover's going to be detached, or the centerfold's going to be detached, or there's going to be a missing page or something of that nature, because CGC is like, now you just got to go to our website and you got to look that up yourself. Well, I don't know you, but I know a lot of people that I know don't walk around with laptops, don't walk around their phones. They're not going to go onto the website for every single graded book and try to see, if something's missing or the grader's notes. Now, there are people out there who are going to be pro-grading. They're going to say, well, then that's your fault if you're not going to take the time to look at the notes to see what's wrong with that book. No, it should be on there. Major defects should be on the labels. They should be on the labels, because that's just what it is, and it's always worked. That's laziness on CGC's part, I believe, because they're like, oh, it'll be on the grader's notes. Well, then if it's going to be on the grader's notes, put it on the label, like you've been doing since day one. It's just CGC trying to find other ways to get money and to cut costs and to cut, product or whatever. Again, CGC doesn't care about you. They don't care about the comic books. They don't care about the industry. They care about making $1. And if they can find a way to make $1, they're going to do it. Okay, that's just what it is. This is ultimately going to hurt the industry. I think it's a very poor move by them. Of course, on the other side of that, CBCS announced today that with CGC's announcement, they are not going to do that, and they're still going to offer all the information on the labels for everybody to see. And this is just another example of people going to CBCS. Not only, we've talked about this on this channel, are the cases are more superior by CBCS. I think their grading is a little stronger. CGC, of course, has been around a long time, so people just sit there and say, well, they're the they set the standard because they're the originals. They lost that standard a long time ago with their crappy grading, their bad label, their bad slabs. I mean, look at the magazine slabs. Every time you look at a video of a magazine unboxing from CGC, 50% of those slabs come back broken because they have the worst magazine grade slabs in the industry. So, if I'm going to get books graded, and I don't get a lot of stuff graded, like I said, everything you had here was pre-code. Everything we've talked about, everything I've shown lately has all been pre-code, has all been golden age, just to keep them in the condition that they are. I don't have a lot of books that aren't. The ones that I did get, of course, I showed you the Thor, the first Jane Foster of Thor. I showed you the Miles Morales. All those have already been flipped. They've already been gotten rid of because, I'm not going to keep books like that. Again, I'm not a big grading guy. I didn't care if these came back. I just wanted them protected so they don't deteriorate any more than they already have. So there was that. So that was like my little rant. You can keep feeding money to CGC. They don't give a shit about you. They never have. They never will. They don't care about the industry. If you're going to get a lot of books graded, go to CBCS. Most of the bigger players are still going to CBCS, or they're transferring their stuff to CBCS. And CGC's announcement today isn't going to help them with their stuff in the future. So there was that. Again, picked up some vintage. We talked about some vintage books here. Just a few little things, lower end. Again, I'm buying a lot of stuff like that in the lower end, stuff. I'm not going after the big heavy keys because there's too much of a battleground for that to try to make the quick money. And I showed you the new books I picked up. I didn't show you anything I picked up last week. It was a pretty good week last week as well. And the background you see is different. This is floor to ceiling boxes. Floor to ceiling. They're all, excuse me, I drank a soda and I'm burping it up right now. All floor to ceiling, just stuff, that I have. I'm putting in there for shows. Like I said, we had the very successful Old School Comic Con a couple Sundays ago. Really, really good turnout. Great turnout. Thank you everybody who came out for that. And then now, just in order to keep the shows going and have everything, the inventory taken care of, because like I stated, I have so many books I haven't gone through. We just moved them into the office. My wife does a good job with that. As you can kind of see between the boxes like that, what that is it's pieces of wood that she's cut a little bit longer, real thick, like 2x4s, style boards that she cut a little bit taller than the drawer boxes, and then she puts them in there, and then a door on top, an uncut door for the weight. And what it is the weight of the books is actually on the wood, because you can kind of see, you know, there's one here, one here, one here, here, here. So she staggers it. So the weight of the books are actually on the wood and not the other boxes. And it makes it very, very easy to, you know, take care of stuff. So there was that. I will start trying to do more videos. We're going to be real busy this weekend in Las Vegas with the holiday weekend. And then, of course, World Series of Poker starts the following, next week, which is always a big deal, World Series of Poker. But I do want to start getting the videos out more consistently. I'm probably going to start doing them on Wednesdays because with my days off, Wednesday, Thursday, I can actually get a video done on Wednesday night, the day the new comic books come out. A lot of people are asking for that. And again, if you're a subscriber to this channel, thank you so much for the support. You're the reason why I keep doing this, because we've talked about this on the channel. There's a lot of stuff in the industry that I don't like. There's a lot of stuff that kind of sours me on the industry. It's you, the viewer, the people come up to me at shows, people send me messages and just say, hey, you know what? I love your videos. I love your content. I love what you talk about. That's what keeps me going. I really appreciate that, because I don't think you realize how much that means to me, especially going through tough times, kind of losing your enthusiasm for something. And then you have people who come up to you and kind of pat you on the back and say, hey, great job. I love everything. That kind of gives you a little burst of energy to say, you know what, I'm going to get these videos out there for people who enjoy it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't even have to enjoy the videos that much, but there's a lot of you out there who do, and I really, really appreciate that, because it really does mean a lot. It really means a lot to me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. So there was that. And then kind of on a final note, thoughts go out to those families in Texas who lost children. I have lost a child, so I know what that feels like. That is a horrible pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody. But at the same time, you have to push forward. So positive thoughts to those families out there. They're going through an unthinkable damage that's going on right now. And the only positive that came out of that is that the gunman was gunned down as he should have been. But again, you can't replace a child, and you can't heal the hurt that you have when you lose a child. So there was that. With that said, we're going to end on just a very simple, have a good evening, happy hunting for your comics next week. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week.